Hi, this video is going to show you how to create a WeVideo. So the first thing I want you to do is to get logged into Google and go to your Google Classroom where you're going to find the login link for WeVideo. Pause the video if you need to do this now. So the next thing we're going to do is in Google Classroom you're going to see a link. It says please click on the link and choose sign in with Google. So I'm going to click on the link, and this is to join our Greater St. Albert Catholic Schools trial for WeVideo. And we want to click here on the green where it says create a new account and join. So I'm going to click on that, and it brings me to this screen. I am going to sign up with Google, so I'm just going to click on that. And this is where you might be asked if WeVideo could access your Google account and view your email address. Please click allow if you see that. And here we come to this screen. What can we help you make videos for? Down here at the bottom is skip. Just press skip. Pause the video and get signed in to WeVideo. So now I'm ready to start. So you can see here I have upload content, need help, so there's some tutorials, and I have create new. So I'm just going to click on create new. So now here I am in WeVideo. So just a couple things to keep in mind. WeVideo has two different views. If I go up here to my hot dogs, I can go between storyboard mode, which looks like this, and timeline mode, which looks like this. For grade 5s, we're going to stick with timeline mode because it will let us do some really cool titles. And that's what we're going to start with. Okay, so now to start with the title, I'm going to get a background title first. So I'm going to click on this second button here where it says graphics. And now here I can scroll through and find one that I really like and that I want to use. So I'm going to choose this one, and I drag and drop it right onto video 1. Okay, so now if I want to play that, I can hit the play button, and that plays what will be the background of my title. Now I have to add text to it. So I'm going to bring this playhead, and this blue thing is called the playhead, back to the beginning. And I'm going to click up here where it says text. So I click on text. And now I have a few different titles. The one I would recommend using most of the time is this first one. You can always make the font size smaller. So what I do is I grab it and I drag it to video 2 right on top of my background. Okay? Now you'll notice this one's a little bit longer than the bottom one. So maybe I want to just drag one of them to make about the same size. If you're wondering how long it is, when you click on one, you can sometimes see where it will say 8. This one's telling me it's 8 seconds. And if I put my mouse, click first, and then I put my mouse on it, it will tell me the time there. So you'll need to be thinking about how long you want your clips to play for. You can adjust them later, but it may be easier to get sort of an approximate time length first. So now let's go and write our text on this title. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click right on this one here. So 1, 2, and it brings me up to this screen. So now I'm going to write my title. I'm going to say Advice from Dracula, and I'm just going to hit return. I'm going to say bye, and I'm going to hit return again by Carla. And you can see it centered it over here. I can move this up and down. If I want to change the font, I can click on this and I can try to find a different font that I would like to use. Make sure that you choose one that is easy for people to read. Okay, so I might try that one, maybe make it bold. And I notice that my name, it's hard to see, so I'm just going to drag this slider a little bit. Try not to drag it too much. And again, if I thought I needed a different color, I could go and click on the color and choose something different. Okay, and you'll notice here if I wanted a different background behind it. I think I do not want anything, so I'm just going to go back to this bottom one here. Okay, so when I'm happy with that, I just click done, and here I've got my title. Okay, so this is playing for 8 seconds. I think I'll probably keep it at that for now. Pause the video and make your own title. So now it's time to start adding some of my images. So for the first image, I'm going to show you how to add one that I've uploaded some Halloween images. So I'm going to go over here to where it says media, and if I keep my mouse there, it'll show that up. Okay, so I'm going to go media, and here I've got 3 folders: my media, shared, and project. Click on shared, and in here you'll see some folders. We've got one that has Halloween backgrounds in it. So double click on that to open it up. And then you can choose any picture from there and just drag and drop to the timeline. Okay? And now you can see that this one has dragged, and it also is 5 seconds. So I'm just going to click done. And so I can make it a bit longer. I can think about, well, I might need it kind of 10 or 12 seconds if I'm talking. That might be a good length to start with. We can always make them smaller after. And then I'm going to go and I might add my text if I'm adding more text on it. So again, it's the same process as before. I drag the text one right on top. And then I click once on it. I'm going to drag a little bit longer. And then I can double click so I could start to type my next line. Don't ever dine with Frankenstein. So same process as before, making sure you choose colors that work over top your background with a font that you can read, and then just click done editing. And then again, now I would go and I would continue to add the next one. Now I might think about how long it will take me to say that. Don't ever dine with Frankenstein. So I can see maybe I have it a bit long. So I'll just shorten it a bit, maybe to about 8 seconds or so, before I bring it in. Then I can go back to media and I can add another image, get it, click once, drag it to about 8 or 9 seconds, go back to text, add your text, and then double click once on it to get it the right length, and then double click to add your own text. So now what we're going to get you to do is pause and begin adding your titles and your first few images. So now once you've done that, you're going to continue making your video. And you might find that some of the pictures on here are not the ones that you want to use. So perhaps you need a picture of a snake or a different type of animal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave WeVideo open, and I'll also just point out it's a good idea every once in a while. WeVideo does start to auto save, but it doesn't save as often as Google Drive or Google Docs. So from these little hot dogs, I can click on those and hit save. And it'll take a couple of seconds and it'll save it. So anytime you're going to close your laptop or anything like that, it's a really good idea to go up to those hot dogs and hit save. So now to go and grab an image that you might get off the internet, I'm going to open up this little new tab and I'm going to type in what I'm looking for. So I might say snake. So if I need a picture of a snake. So again, I'll do an image search just like you always do. And one thing different that we're going to recommend you do so that we're not taking work of other people's that we're not allowed to do. Once I've clicked on images, I can click on search tools. So we'll click search tools and then I can click on usage rights. So if I click on that, there are pictures that people have said, hey, I don't mind if you use this. But if we just take anyone, we are in some ways stealing somebody's work. So I'm going to say labeled for reuse first. And now it gives me a new selection of images. And these are ones that people have said are fine for us to use. So I'm going to take this one for mine. So I'm going to click on it to make it larger. And then now I have to actually save it first to my computer, then upload to WeVideo. So it's not, we cannot copy and paste like we can from Google Docs. So if I'm on a Chromebook, I'm going to hit Alt and click on it at the same time. If I'm on a laptop, I'm going to do a Control plus a click. And if I'm on a PC laptop, I'll just do a right click. So I'm on a laptop, but I'm going to hit Control. I hold that in with one finger, and then I keep that held in, and I click again on the picture. And from there, I have a new menu. And this is the same menu you'll see on a Chromebook, but the Chromebook you hold down Alt. So this says Save Image As. Yep, that's what I want. So I just click on it. So it comes up, okay, with the name of the picture, that's fine. I'm going to choose to save it on my desktop. If you're on a Chromebook, you will only have downloads to save it on, and that is fine. And I just hit save. So now that has saved it to my computer in my download, or on where I chose to save it, but it's not in WeVideo. So let's head back to WeVideo. So I just went back to my WeVideo tab. And now, well, I have to go back to media. Media means anything like those pictures or sounds or anything like that. So I go to media and I click on this green upload button. So green upload, and it says drag and drop or browse to select. So I'm just going to browse to select, and you'll do the same thing on the Chromebook. Mine came to desktop. If yours doesn't, make sure you put it to wherever you saved it. I can see, oh, that's the picture I wanted. I click on it and I choose open. And then I have to click this upload button. This will take a couple of seconds. And you have to wait till it goes green before you can close this window. And so once the image is finished uploading, it'll say done here. I can close that. So now you're probably wondering, well, where is my picture? If you remember, we're here in shared right now. So we're going to have to click on My Media first. My Media, there's my snake. So now I can drag my snake down. And what I'm going to do is continue to make him a little bit longer and also add text over top of that image as well, if I'm writing down the lines from my poem. Now, one other thing I should mention while we're making this is that WeVideo has a full screen mode, and it's a little bit nicer to use. So I'm going to click, it's just over here in the corner. I'm going to click on that, and now WeVideo is full screen. It just lets me see a lot more of my stuff. So what I would continue doing is continue going back to media, either saving images and then re-uploading them to WeVideo so you can use here, or using ones from the Halloween folder, and continue to build my storyboard. And remember that the images always go on video 1, and I can click once to adjust the length, and the picture or the text always goes on video 2. So you may want to pause and pause the video, continue building your images. And then once you finish that, come back to the video. And we're going to show you how to do your voiceover. So now to do your voiceover, you are going to have your images all lined up. And you're going to click on this little microphone right here. Now notice how I dragged the playhead right back to the beginning, because wherever this playhead is, that's where your talking is going to start. So maybe I will move mine just a tiny bit forward. So I'm going to hit the video, and I'm going to read my title. Look up here how it says WeVideo wants to access your microphone. I have to say allow. And then now I see a microphone button. I have a little preview while recording, which is great. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to click record. It'll count me in, and then I'll start to record my voice. Advice from Dracula by Carla. So I was finished recording, I pressed stop, and if I'm happy with that, I will just click over here and click that. Here we go. It'll save it and it'll put it into my video. So now you'll notice down here I have an extra line and I can play it back. Advice from Dracula by Carla. Okay, so I'm good with that. Now I need to record the lines for my next slide. It's a bit easier to do a few lines at a time in case you make a mistake. It's not so much to start over. So I just line up this playhead where I want my talking to start. Click the microphone button again. Click on that and begin. Don't ever dine with Frankenstein. Don't ever dine with Frankenstein. And so you can see I clicked here to be able to preview it. If I'm happy with it, I'll click the check mark and I'll put it into my slide. If I wasn't happy with it, there was a trash can there that you could get rid of it. And likewise too, anytime you want to get rid of anything in your slideshow, just click on it and hit the delete key. So now what we'll do is we'll get you guys to continue adding your voiceover alongside with your pictures, and then you can pause the video and I'll show you the last step, which is adding some music. Okay, so welcome back, and we're going to add the music. So you'll notice up here, let's pretend I have this all done. I have all my voice recording done. I'm going to hit the music. And I have some different songs here. You can certainly try out any of these ones to listen to. But if you go into here where it says premium music and I scroll down, there's some suspenseful music, which is great for Halloween. So if I just click on this one, you'll be able to preview it. You can see. So I really like this first one. I'm going to choose it. So I drag it and I drop it down here. Okay, and now I can listen to everything all together. Advice from Dracula by Carla. So listening to that, I might feel that maybe my music is too loud. So this one, audio one where my music is, I'm just going to drag it a bit lower, and I'm going to drag my voice a little bit higher, and then you can test it out again. Advice from Dracula. And you can keep making adjustments until you're happy with it. So I'm nearly done. Now the only thing I need to do is my pictures end here, but my music ends way over there. So I'm going to drag it to where I want my music to end. And you'll notice here, there's some scissors. So I'm going to click on the scissors, and then I just tap once on this side, and I can delete that. Pause now and add your own music. Be sure to trim it off. After you're done your voice recording, you may also want to add some transitions. Transitions are how it slides from one picture to the other. They're right up here, this third button. So when I click on these, what I'm going to do with the transitions, they fit right between slides. Don't try to move your slides, just let them sit on top of them. So if I would decide I want to have this mosaic, I just drag it. You'll notice it's red, it's here, it can't sit there. I drag it down in between the pictures, it's green, it can sit there. And I let go. I don't move my pictures at all. I just let it and I drop it and it'll sit in between them. Try not to space them out at all. So now we can watch this and we can see how it changes from one picture to the next. So you can pause this and continue to add transitions in between all of your pictures. So let's pretend I've got my video all done. I've watched it. I'm happy with it. The last thing I'm going to do is go up here to where it says Finish. So I click on Finish, give it a title, and we'll give it like your name, your initials, and whatever it's called. Advice from Dracula. And I'll say Set. And now it asks me how to save it. So I want to save mine to Google Drive, because that way then I could post it, submit it through Google Classroom. So you'll notice here it's saying Google Drive not connected. So let's just click once on it. It asks me now, WeVideo wants to have access to it so it can save. So I do have to allow. Okay, and then that window automatically closed. Okay, I'm just going to go back to full screen mode because I can't see the finish button. There we go. So now I can choose my quality. So 720 is a bit higher quality. 480 is a little bit faster. So I'll just click on Finish Video, and it'll take a few minutes for it to be processed. And that is how you make your WeVideo project. And after this is finished, it'll be saved in your Google Drive, where then you can share it with your teacher or submit it in Google Classroom.